This is the brand new Comica BoomX-U QUA. It's got 4 transmitters and 1 receiver. Yeah, that's right. 4 transmitters and 4 lavaliers all going into 1 receiver, and it all fits in this pretty sweet little case. Pretty cool, right? Okay, wait a second, hold up. Can you separate out all 4 of these microphones into different channels on your camera? Well, yeah, if your microphone or your camera can actually handle 4 channels of audio. Otherwise, you can just mix them all into just 1 mix, and you can also adjust the gain for each microphone as well. Whew. Made it just in time. So did you guys already mention the infrared sensors or the antennas that you flip out on each one, because this is a UHF system? All that and more. Let's go. In this video, we're gonna be testing out the brand new Comica BoomX-U QUA. It is a 4 transmitter microphone system, and we're gonna be going over all the menus and everything later in the video. But for right now, let's go over what you get in the kit. So this kit comes with a ton of accessories, and I've even added on some parts too, so let's dive into the kit. So you get this nice gray case with everything in it, and it's a 2 zippered pouch on this side. You actually have the 4 different transmitters and the receiver. And then on this other side here, you have all the accessories, including the 1, 2, 3, 4 lavaliers that it comes with. And it also comes with this adapter that converts your receiver belt clip into a cold shoe or a 1/4 20 thread, depending on how you want to use it. You can either clip this right onto your mixer bag or your belt or whatever, or you can just press it down and insert this right into the back of it, and it locks into place. And now you have a cold shoe adapter for your receiver, or you can just, mount it however you want with a 1/4 20 thread right there. And you also have a 3.5mm jack for connecting to your camera, or a 3.5mm to XLR cable for connecting to your mixer or your camera as well. You also have this USB to USB triple charger here to charge 3 devices at once, and 4 of these Comica windfers to go over the actual transmitters themselves. All right, so if you're using the onboard microphone, you use one of the little windfers here, and it has this square grommet that just slides over the top of the microphone capsule, just like that. And I really like this design too. You don't have to worry about clicking it on or anything, and it just slides into place with no issues here at all. Now the other option is if you want to use the lavalier microphone here that's included, then it has this little locking connection that actually just slides right into this port right here. You just press it into place and insert it in there. So it's actually locked in there, and you can't pull it out unless you press this in and release it just like that. That's everything that comes in the kit for the XU QUA. Now let's go about getting it hooked up on our camera. You have the option of coming out of your receiver through an XLR port, or you can come out just to a 3.5mm, or you can come out of both ports. So I'm gonna start out by connecting the receiver just to the back of this FX3 handle right here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on all 4 of my transmitters. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the top, you have 3 3.5mm jacks. 1 is for your headphones, and you have 2 output ports. Comes with 2 cables. You have a 3.5mm jack to XLR, which we can utilize that coming out of A and B. So this is our A and B group. So I'll just connect this into the FX3. And next I can go out with my C and my D receivers through this other 3.5mm jack and connect that into the FX3. All right, so the great thing is this 3.5mm cable automatically splits the left and right channel into microphones C and D. So those are already split. Now the problem with this other cable is it only goes to 1 singular XLR port right here, which is fine if you're gonna be doing a mix, but if you wanna separate all 4 of these out, you'll need to get an additional cable. So I ended up picking up this additional cable, which is also made by Comica, which it probably should have just came with this cable to begin with, or maybe even 2 of them, but hey, I get it. But you can see here it goes from 3.5mm jack with a little locking connection on it, and it goes into into a left and a right channel, and it has an L and an R on here. And then now I can split out the two different microphones coming out of this port, whether I use it on the A and the B or the C and the D ports. So you can check it out here. I have microphone A, microphone B, microphone C, and microphone D all coming in on 4 separate channels. So I'm here in historic Kenwood. It is an artist community here in downtown St. Petersburg, Florida. And today I'm filming a whole bunch of interviews of all the artists participating in this year's event. I just got this brand new UHF wireless microphone system from Comica. So it comes with 4 of these microphones and 4 of the lavaliers. So I'm filming around 20 interviews today. So with 4 transmitters, I don't think I'll ever have to worry about running out of battery or anything like that. And the lavaliers are included with it, so it's just going to be really helpful and useful for filming all these interviews.
I want to continue to make my mark on St. Pete as an artist the way it's made an influence on me as an artist.
It's just such a great sense of community.
To be able to have an event like this and have people come into my yard and able to purchase my work is an incredible opportunity that I don't easily have otherwise.
This kit worked out great out in the field, but I also had the chance to test it out in a high frequency television studio and use it professionally. So in that case, we always hide the microphone, and I use these Rycoat stickies and some medical tape and put that on the other side, and then have the talent stick the microphone up under their shirt right onto their chest. Then I run the receiver into this mixer, and I can monitor the audio and adjust with these big dials. Sound speed.
I feel such a responsibility to be able to present the products with the right frame so that they can make the right decision.
We're gonna do a little distance test here, and I'm just gonna be using the onboard transmitter microphone with a little windfare on it, and it's a super windy day out here, and I'm right by the Gulf of Mexico, so the ocean breeze is blasting right through here. So if it sounds a little windy, I guess we're gonna find out how good this little wind muff works, but I'm gonna have it right here on my shirt, so let's give it a little walk down to the beach. All right, so we're just walking along here, and I have it completely blocked with my body right now. But I'm gonna extend out this little antenna and see if that helps any with this transmission. So we're gonna find out how well this thing is actually working, because right now I would say. All right, and at this point the audio cut out completely and only came back a couple times whenever I turned around facing the camera. But the camera is and had direct line of sight. So I'm gonna redo the test now using all 4 microphones. So we're gonna get them all synced up. We're gonna do a fresh auto scan for all the mics, and we're gonna resync them with the IR sensors. First, we're gonna do an auto scan and get the best possible connection for each of these microphones. So I'm gonna go down to scan all. Yes, scanning, and we're all done there. So as you can see, now all the microphones need to be synced back up. Now, whenever you do this, this actually resets the connection for all the transmitters. So you actually have to go back in and you line up the infrared sensor on the transmitter with the infrared sensor on the receiver here. And you line those up and you sync them manually. So the next thing on the menu is sync. So we'll go into sync. So here you can actually reassign which transmitter is which. So if you always want this to be A, I recommend putting a little A sticker on here and always making this A. But whenever you actually want, you can go in and change this to B or C or whatever whenever you sync it like this. So we'll go to sync A. Next, I'm gonna line up the infrared sensor here on the transmitter with the infrared sensor here on the receiver, and I'm gonna hit enter. So there we go, you see it blinks red a couple times, and now we're synced. And you can see now our A microphone has a signal coming in and it's back to being synced up. We actually have to repeat that for all the microphones. A and B here just clipped on my shirt using the onboard microphone, and I have microphones C and D here on my backside with the antenna up using the lavalier connected right here on my shirt. Now we are at 30 feet. Now we're at 90 feet. This is 100 feet. So is it cutting out now? So this is the maximum distance here at 200 feet, and the transmission is still working, but only with line of sight. So whenever I turn my body around, it cuts out, and you can see that here on the timeline. Guess what it all really boils down to is this microphone system for you. Do you need 4 transmitters? Do you need 3 transmitters? Because anything more than 2, you might as well go with something like this that has 4 transmitters, because it comes in at a very affordable price. This kit comes in around $359. That's super comparable to like $300 that you get with 2 transmitters on a Rode Wireless Go 2 system, except this doesn't run off the Wi-Fi system. The fact that you can separate all 4 of the microphones out into different channels is awesome for me, and I really appreciate that. Here's a size comparison between the receiver and the transmitter. As you can see, it's pretty small. Here's a comparison between the Comica BoomX-U Pro, which is a recording wireless system, and this is the Rode Wireless Go, which is the same as the Rode Wireless Go 2 in size. So here's a comparison between those. You only have 2 buttons on the transmitter. The top one here, you hold it and that powers the system on. You'll see that with the blue LED lights right here. And then to mute it, you just hold this button for 3 seconds. Now, this is another really cool, unique feature. If you tap the power button, you see this little line underneath it. That is a low cut filter. So it actually has inbuilt low cut filter on the transmitter to reduce some of that low hum and buzzing noise that you may pick up in your surroundings. The transmitter itself lasts about 6 hours. There is a bigger battery inside the actual receiver, but it's also doing a lot more work here, and it's bigger and it has the screen on it, so they last around the same time. All right, so we can go ahead and power up the receiver, and you can see immediately everything is already connected. And next we can go down to volume here, and here you can adjust the individual gain for each microphone. Next we go under mix, and this is where you actually determine whether or not you want to mix all of the microphones, all 4 of them coming out of the output ports here on the top, or you want to mix none and have all 4 microphones independently on their own tracks on your 4-channel camera or recorder. Next, you can actually individually turn on or off any of these transmitters at any time. You can hit off on B. You can see that B no longer has power on the receiver, but it still has power here on the transmitter. So you just go back in to power, and you can turn that microphone back on. Thank you so much, Comica, for sending this kit out for me to review on the channel. I'll definitely be using these on some more of my professional shoots in the future. Also, if you guys are interested in picking these up, there'll be links to everything down in the description below. And if you guys like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more filmmaking gear tips and tutorials just like this one. Shoot for the stars, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.